Now we're good. You ready? Live from Boyle County High School, it's Christian Academy Louisville football. As tonight, the Centurions, number 2 in 3A at 3-1, travel to Boyle County to take on the number 1 Rebels, who are 4-0. They are a 4A school. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Botello, privileged to bring you tonight's play-by-play, and I'll be joined tonight by former color analyst, former AD. Good to have him back in the booth tonight, Steve Schubert.
Well, it's good to be back, Mike, and looking forward to a great game here tonight. Cal's certainly loaded up their schedule here this year, and this is going to be one of the toughest games that they have. They're playing a Boyle County team that's senior-laden with players that are going D1, and they're number 1 in 4A, and I believe number 7 in the state right now.
So as we look at this Boyle County team, you said they got a couple people going D1. That they do, and they are the first one is their running back, Landon Bartleson, going to Notre Dame.
Yeah, he's rushed 28 times for 242 yards and 8 touchdowns so far. And the other player that's going to West Virginia is Reese Smith, also a senior. He's got 13 receptions for 344 yards and 5 TDs. So they've got some skill players out there, and led by another senior, Reed Lanter. At quarterback, he's 38 of 52 for 697 yards, 8 touchdowns and 1 interception this year, Mike.
So you got good talent and senior leadership on this team, and that makes it a very tough team. You add to that, this team, let's tell you their scores here. They beat Iroquois 36-0, Bullitt Central 56-7, Danville 59-0, Mercer County 43-7. That means they score a lot and don't give up a whole lot.
Yeah, and it would appear that they haven't been tested yet. I know they're certainly looking at this game as a real litmus test of how tough they're going to be. And Cal comes into this game a little bit banged up. Braden Babin is not going to be available tonight, a key player on defense. But we know that Coach Cantwell is going to have this team ready to go tonight.
We also, when we look at the coach of Boyle County, it all starts somewhere. And, boy, you talk about a coach that is experienced and has had his share of victories.
Well, you know, the story that we were told tonight before the game kind of tells it all. But prior to Chuck Smith coming in 1998, Boyle County was always the homecoming team that everybody wanted to play. And since that time, I mean, they've been a regular fixture in the playoffs. And, in fact, from 1999 until 2003, they won 5 state titles in a row under Chuck Smith. Well, so that got him a promotion to the University of Kentucky, and he was actually a linebackers coach there for several years up through 2013. And then a last-minute phone call brought him back to here to Boyle County, and since then he's won another state championship. Last year with his team, it lost in the Final Four, but as we noted, they've got seniors coming back this year and are a very strong team.
Whenever you have a coach that has coached 12 seasons at a school and he's won a state championship 6 of those, you know he's doing a pretty good job.
That's for sure. Well, and we've got the kind of the classic UK versus U of L battle here. Hunter Cantwell, of course, played quarterback at the University of Louisville, and Chuck Smith being a coach at the University of Kentucky. So we got that angle working tonight as well.
On the Centurion side, 18-game winning streak snapped last week against 6A Ballard in a 40-37 overtime game. But I tell you what came out of that, I think more than anything, Steve, that is a game really in all likelihood Centurion should have been blown out when you look at the stats, but they somehow found a way to stay in the game and almost pulled it off, losing in overtime.
Well, that's really what counts, is what the score is at the end of the game, and it speaks to the fortitude that the Cal players are showing and the adjustments that the coaches are making. And so this Cal team has got experience also. Maybe not as big and not as much depth as Boyle County, but they'll come to play tonight.
Well, we will warn you beforehand tonight. This is a double-deck press box. We are on the lower deck, which they did not build high enough. And so when the Boyle County fans stand up, which they are now, and shaking whatever cans they have with stuff in them to shake, it will be very loud right by here. And when we get down to the end zones, if the fans are standing, I am not sure how much you're going to be able to see of the game. But that's part of coming on the road.
It'll be up to you to call the play-by-play, so they'll picture it in their mind at least, Mike.
Well, the problem is I'm not sure how much of the play I'm going to be able to see either with those people standing up. So
I've got a chair here if you need it.
No, there we go. I'm at the stand on the chair. When you talk about the Centurions tonight, Braden Babin out, but his brother Brant back tonight.
Well, and Brant is a key player both on offense and defense. Brant's rushed 32 times for 178 yards. He's been hurt, but he is back today, and he was backed up very ably by Harrison Zimmer, who's got 64 rushes for 409 yards. He had 301 yards 2 weeks ago. And, of course, Anthony Sabatino's senior quarterback is back this year. He's 33 of 60 for 486 yards and 6 touchdowns. So there's some good balance there in the backfield for Christian Academy.
We're about ready for a kickoff here, and a vaunted kickoff return team we saw last week. Luke Leeper, Gage Guerin, both with a touchdown return off a kickoff last week. And, boy, what a great way it'd be to start a game here at Boyle County if we did that. Jackson Smith with the kicking duties approaches the ball, and this kick is high in the air. Guerin is going to take it at the 5-yard line. Runs to the right, now cuts back, and he's going to be hit at about the 20-yard line, brought down by Cole Lanter.
It looked like there was an opening there for Guerin for just a minute, and Lanter shut it down in a hurry.
So the ball is going to be marked actually at the 22-yard line. That's where the Centurions will start this game here at Boyle County. Anthony Sabatino, the quarterback, as Steve discussed, in the backfield with him. Looks like Harrison Zimmer is in the backfield, so Brant Babin may be back, but it may be limited playing time coming off that hip pointer. Sabatino going to pass on the first play, fakes to the left, runs right, lets the pass throw. He's got a completion out there to Kevin King, past the first down marker. So an 11-yard touchdown or reception on the first play of the game from Sabatino to King.
Well, he made a quick look out to the left side there to Leeper, and then turned around and rolled out to his right and made a nice pass on the run to King over there on that right side.
Make it a 12-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the 34 for the Centurions. Sabatino under center this time. He's got one receiver right, 2 to the left. And he's going to draw Boyle County offsides. They get back in time. Sabatino resumes his count. Hand off to Zimmer. Cuts up the middle, buries his head. He's going to get a couple of yards out to the 36, it looks like.
One thing that strikes me right away, that was number 61 and 48 for Boyle County. 61 is Dalton Peets, and 48 is Azarius Roller. And one thing that impresses me that I see right off the bat is this Boyle County team reacts pretty quick to the ball.
2nd and 8 for the Centurions. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right again. Sabatino in the shotgun this time. Draw play to Zimmer, and it didn't fool anybody. He gets to the 35, and he's brought down quickly.
It's like Andrew Sacco and Roller were on that tackle.
You're right, Steve. Roller was quick to the ball on that play. Zimmer got back to the line of scrimmage on the previous play, so it's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Centurions.
Well, there's been it looks like there's been holes, and all of a sudden they're closing up. So, again, Boyle County is doing a good job of reacting here.
Leeper and Guerin go left, King go right. Sabatino rolls to his left, looking outside. He's going to lob it out to Guerin, over his head, incomplete. On the coverage was Will McDaniel, one of the running backs for this team as well, and that's going to bring up a punting situation for the Centurions with 9:49 to go here in the first quarter.
Zimmer did a nice job of blocking there on Sacco on that side, although it looked like maybe Sabatino had to throw it over him a little bit and cause the pass to be high.
Cash Logan back for Boyle County. Sabatino to punt. Kick is away. Logan's going to take it on the run, and a great tackle down Nate Dobbs. And Steve, you haven't been broadcasting this year, but I can't tell you how many times I've called Nate Dobbs on the kick return team.
Man, he was right there, and didn't give the receiver a chance to move on that one.
So we have 9:41 to go here in the first quarter, and we'll see this offense averaging over 48 points a game start their drive here on the Boyle County 31-yard line. The quarterback, Reed Lanter. In the backfield, Landon Bartleson. And we're going to have a flag thrown, illegal procedure, I believe. Illegal procedure. And boy, it is. Now we have the referee. This is big time here, man. We have referees mic'd and everything tonight. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Make it 1st and 15. Ball moved back to the 26.
Mike, football is a big deal here. They're real serious about it.
Reese Smith and McDaniel go to the right in motion. Smith getting the ball is Bartleson. He's going to get across the 30 to the 31. Finally brought down over there by Guerin and Zimmer. Zimmer and Jake Taylor are going to be sharing that middle linebacker spot this evening.
About second and 10 here. They made up for the penalty on that first play.
Smith, the West Virginia bound receiver, split far out to the left. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Now it's an empty backfield as Bartleson goes into the slot. Lanter back to pass, looking left, lets the ball fly. He's got a man open, and it's going to be a catch out to Reese Smith as he goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Mackay Mays was on the coverage there, and Smith was had space there. It was a good thing it was thrown out to the side there, because if he would have had a chance, he might have had a chance to turn up the field.
Make it a 28-yard gain, 1st and 10 for the Rebels. 2 receivers left. Sacco in the backfield now. Going to be a pitch to Sacco. He cuts up the middle, and he's going to get a big gain. He got through that initial defensive thrust and gets down to about the 32, a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, Jacob Sutherland was in on that tackle, as well as Matthew Mousy. But it was a 9-yard gain and 2nd and 1.
I'm sorry, his name is Sacco. I just mispronounced it. I was told before the game it was Sacco, and I just remembered that. Lanter in the shotgun with Sacco to his right. And that should be illegal procedure. Big number 77. I'm not sure if he's leaning forward and couldn't stop his weight going forward or what, but it's a false start on Boyle County.
Yeah, I think that was actually Caleb Edmiston on the left side, number 72. Yeah.
2-7, you get those numbers mixed up from this far away.
They look very close.
Make it 2nd and 6 for the Rebels. Smith splits out to the left side. To the right side is Cameron Yates. Lanter goes into the shotgun. Sacco gets the ball, big hole again. But he's going to finally get brought down after he crosses the 35, gets back to about the 33-yard line. Should bring up about a 3rd and 2. No huddle for the Rebels. Lanter stays in the shotgun. 2 receivers, both sides. Now Sacco goes into the slot. Quick pass, going to be complete for the first down. Gets a completed pass out there to number 8, Luke Shepperson.
Yeah, he sat down right right there about 4 yards down the field in a wide open spot, and Lanter did a good job of finding him right there.
1st and 10 at the 24. Boyle County started this drive on their own 31. Handoff goes to Sacco. That's going to be about a yard or two gain, it looks like. Jake Taylor with the stop. And it'll make it 2nd and 8, a 2-yard gain for Sacco. We have not seen Bartleson, the main running back, after that first set of downs.
Yeah, I don't know if there's something going on with him, but we'll try and
back
figure that
to pass.
out.
Nice defense out there by Gage Guerin. They were going for Yates, and Guerin able to step right in front of him and knock it away.
Yeah, a little slant pattern right there, and Guerin did a nice job getting a hand on that, breaking it up.
So 3rd and 8, the first long third down for this Boyle County team.
Getting the signals from the sideline here, Boyle County is.
Lanter in the shotgun.
They got
Twins right, Twins left. Here comes the pressure. Babin blocked and catch and a touchdown. I was watching Babin chasing him, and there was a block from right behind to knock Babin out of it. Gave Lanter time enough to throw the pass to Cooper Brummett, and that was a touchdown.
Yeah, I was right behind the post here, Mike. I had trouble seeing that, but yeah, it looked like Babin had a beat on him right there, and then the running back did a nice job of picking him off.
So Cooper Brummett, just a freshman. Jackson Smith in for the extra point. Holder's going to be Cole Lanter. Ball's down, kick is up, kick is good. I'm not sure it was 26 or 18. I thought it was 18, but then it was probably 26. Our spotter says 26, so everybody in our booth was blocked by a post. There's either a windowsill or a post blocking our view, but what we do know is Boyle County scores and goes up 7-0.
We're talking to the radio team here from Boyle County, and we're all trying to figure out who caught that ball, and we're pretty sure that it was number 26, Cameron Yates.
Number 27, Jackson Smith.
So Jackson Smith in to kickoff as Cal will get the ball for the second time.
Well, and there you saw the balance of Boyle County. You know, you can see it in their stats, their rushing versus their passing game, and they mixed it up on that series and kept Cal off balance. Looked like Cal might have a chance to get in on Lanter, but he was able to complete that pass for a touchdown.
It was a 3-minute drive that took 9 plays, covered 69 yards, and Smith ready to kick off here. Kick is up. They're going to kick the Guerin side again. He's going to take it just in front of the 5. Does a little stutter step, and he's going to be covered up. A really good coverage team here by Boyle County, and back out to about the 21 or 22, which is where Cal started the first time they had the ball.
We had Cash Logan, Cole Lanter, and number 51 is Matthew McCullen that were in on that tackle.
Ball's going to be at the 22-yard line. 6:38 to go in the first quarter. Boyle County scores the first time they had the ball. Cal was forced to punt when they had it following the opening kickoff. Leaper splits left. Guerin and King split to the right side. Zimmer in the backfield. Zimmer gets it. Cuts upfield. He's got a little bit of a hole. Gets across the 25 to the 27. About a 5-yard gain.
A nice hole on that right side. He was able to hit it and get up. But again, you see it. You look like it might go for something more than that. This Boyle County team, you'd see their quickness. They're quick to the ball.
Hunter Cantwell talked about Coach Cantwell before. I was talking to him this week talked about how this Boyle County team is so disciplined on defense. So it is 2nd and 5 for the Centurions. Boy, they are stacking the box.
Yeah, there's nobody back at all here.
It's a handoff to Zimmer again, and he's going to go basically nowhere. He gets maybe a yard on that play. They'll take it to the 28, make it a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, there's everybody on the Boyle County team is within 4 yards. Our crack spotter here, Clay Masters, is pointing that out to us.
So Riley Colwick, who a very good defensive player for this team, has a broken hand. He was questionable before the game, but I see he is in at one of the cornerback positions. One receiver right, to the left. Sabatino in the shotgun. Back to pass, quick one out to the right side. Leaper's got the first down as he gets across the marker at the 32 out to about the 34. First down, Centurions.
Brought down by number 5, Cash Logan. Play results.
Cash Logan on the stop of Leaper there, but it's a first down for Christian Academy, their 2nd first down of the game.
Now we saw the Centurions stretch the field a little bit against Ballard last week with some deep throws. You're thinking Boyle County stacking it up front like this, it could open for the long pass.
At some point you've got to do that because those short passes aren't going to be there either if they continue to play up close like they are.
Trips to the left, Zimmer in the backfield. Sabatino under center. Hand off to Zimmer. He gets met at the line, able to break the first tackle, but they just keep coming.
It's number 73, Wilson Kelly, that was in on that, a senior for Boyle County. Just was not going to let Zimmer go on that one.
Thrown for about a 4-yard loss, but his forward motion was at the original line of scrimmage, so they'll place it right back at the, well, the one official was standing on the 34, the other official placed it at the 33, so that makes it 2nd and 11 for the Centurions. A very quick backfield for this Boyle County team as Reese Smith, the excellent receiver, the safety on his team, trips to the left. Sabatino back to pass, looking, fires it out.
Wow. There were four Boyle County players right there that ball kind of went through coming this way. So
it looks like Boyle County is playing the run and saying your wide receivers cannot outrun us. So let's see what the Centurions can do here.
Babin was in the backfield on that last play. I think it was maybe more for blocking purposes. He's still in there.
3rd and 11 for the Centurions. Leaper comes to the left side. Guerin and Mackay into the game. Mackay Mays. Sabatino throws it out. Miscommunication with Leaper. Sabatino had to get rid of it a little bit early as he goes down hard. Had to get rid of just a little bit too early, and Leaper had not made his break yet. And Sabatino getting up slowly and walking slowly. I think he may be having a conversation with the official there.
A little bit of extra activity there between Babin and Sacco in the backfield.
So Sabatino into punt. He'll be setting up about the 21-yard line.
So a similar drive to their first one. They got a first down, but then had to punt. And that one kind of is a short one.
And it's going to hit about the 48 and go straight out to the right.
Yep.
So not a great punt, and Boyle County will get pretty good field position. We'll see if the Cal defense can dig in here with 3:47 to go in the first quarter.
Along with Auto Connection, Charter Ranch and Farm Equipment, White River Maggard Orthodontics, the showroom, AGE.
Boyle County defense, Steve, you said, man, they pursue the ball, but they stay in their lanes as well.
Yeah, they really do, and then they're really good at breaking off the block and going and making the play.
Ball set at the 49. Yates splits out to the right side. Smith to the left. Lanter in the shotgun. He hands off. Not a big gain. I did not see who was in the backfield for that. It was McDaniel, I believe. So we've seen, this is the second time Boyle County's had the ball, and this is the 3rd running back we've seen for this team.
Jake Taylor and Brent Babin were in on that tackle.
2nd and 8 after that 2-yard gain on the Centurion side of the field at the 49. Empty backfield now.
Oh, there's a Movement on the right side. I think that's number 75. He's sideways on me right now, but he's just kind of staring across the line of scrimmage. Yeah, that was number 75. That's Zach Mason.
So that is the third illegal procedure against this team tonight.
He made the move, and he slapped the ground because he knew he'd messed up. 2nd
and 13. Lanter, quick pass outside. He has his man, but there to make the tackle for the Centurions, Jacob Sutherland. And that completed pass to Cole Lanter. I believe they're brothers. So Lanter to Lanter does not gain a whole lot.
Guerin also in on that play.
And it's going to be 3rd and 10. Boyle County marched down the field last time. This would be a big key stop for the Centurions. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Lanter looking left. He's going to let it fly. His man is wide open, going for Reese Smith, and he's going to get a touchdown.
Well, and that was kind of that corner route that they hit earlier. That time they hit it, he hit him in stride and was allowed Smith to turn up the field, and he turned it into a touchdown. You could see the speed there of Reese Smith.
Boy, he was wide open after he came out of his break, too. Fireworks go off. We heard fireworks for the national anthem. We've heard them after scores by Boyle County. Hopefully that's the last time we'll hear them tonight. Jackson Smith. The whole team sets up to the left side, and we got a whistle blowing. Last time we saw the team set up to the left side, and then they all come back into their normal position. They may be letting the smoke clear from the fireworks. I'm not sure what they're doing out there.
Illegal substitution by Cal, it looks like.
We'll find out in a minute because this ref has a mic if he turns it on.
Substitution infraction on the defense, decline, replay the try.
So illegal substitution, penalty was declined. Jackson Smith will get ready to kick the ball here in a minute. Shift brings the Boyle County back to the usual line of scrimmage. Cole Lanter holding for Smith. Smith 25 of 25 coming into the game. Thought I could jinx him on that, but it goes right through the uprights. Boyle County goes up 14-0.
He hits it with authority. Christian Academy wishes to thank our athletic trainer, Kate Meyer from Court. They're the best in rehab for being the official sports medicine and rehabilitation provider for the Centurions. We'd also like to recognize Dr. Shaper with Ellison Boddinghausen for volunteering his time this season. He's done it for a number of years. Court has several convenient locations throughout Louisville, Lexington, and southern Indiana, and offers the best in physical and occupational therapy as well as sports medicine coverage to local high schools, colleges, and community organizations. Visit Court on the web at www.court.com. Court, the best in rehab.
So for the second straight week, the Centurions go down 14-0. Last week, that second touchdown by Ballard was followed by a kickoff return by Luke Leeper. So we'll see if they have kicked a Guerin both times, but he is just as lethal. We'll see if Centurions can spark a fire here and get across midfield and hopefully get a touchdown here on this kickoff return. Kick is up. Guerin is going to take it. He goes all the way back to the goal line. He's going to bring it out. Cuts to his left side, trying to get to the sideline. He's got a little bit of a hole. Tries to jump over a player, but right there bringing him down is Jackson Smith. But a good return by Guerin all the way out to the 32 or 33-yard line. That's where the Centurions will start the third time they've had the ball this evening. They're going to mark it at the 32, so Centurions, their best starting field position of the evening.
As we talked about last time, Cal's going to probably need to look down the field a little bit more to try and open up this defense a little bit.
Two receivers right, one to the left, Babin in the backfield. Play action, rolling right is Sabatino looking down. Got a man across the middle. Will Parr, the tight end. He's taken off, one man to beat. Will Parr is going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Oh, there we go. And Clay Masters just said before they did that, a little play action right here, and that's exactly what they did. Sabatino faked the handoff, turned around, looked at Parr. Parr got a nice block to free himself there and showed his speed on that for a tight end, outran the coverage. And I tell you, again, with all the players that Boyle County's playing up, there was nobody up there once he got past that first wave.
Dylan Cornett or Justin McDonald in to do the kicking. So first time we've seen J-Mac kicking this year. And his kick is in, and his kick is good. And nice kick there by McDonald. He shows some distance on that. And the second baseman in baseball showing he can kick a ball in football.
He can use something else besides his arm, I guess. Hey, we were talking before the game here. I had these pork nachos, and man, were those good. But I got something else that's good here, Mike. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. If you're planning a family gathering, tailgate, or social gathering with friends this fall, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe can cater your next event, providing fresh and delicious options. All recipes at Tzatziki's are made daily and inspired by Mediterranean cuisine. Their catering menu features their famous signature pasta, grilled roll-ups, hummus appetizers, healthy sides, salads, and desserts. That's what I like, healthy desserts. That sounds good, yes.
Any kind of dessert I like, Steve. But I was telling you, I could tell there was a big smile on your face the entire time you were eating those pulled pork nachos before the game. I know you were loving those.
Well, back to Tzatziki's, they can also create feasts for families on the go. Visit Tzatziki's restaurants in Middletown and St. Matthews to learn more about Tzatziki's. Visit Tzatziki'sCafe.com.
McDonald in to do the kicking. He's going to put one into it. It's going to drive the Boyle County player back to the 5-yard line, and he's going to be brought down with a helmet coming off. I believe that is Nate. Nope, this time it is Adam Ballard as he brings down Cash Logan. Man, we keep hearing Cash Logan's name all night. He does a little bit of it all.
Yeah, he sure does.
But Boyle County, with 1:57 to go in the first quarter, will start with their worst field position of the evening as they'll start on their own 25.
Well, I tell you, that touchdown was something that this Cal team needed to stem the momentum a little bit that Boyle County's been generating. Now they need a good stop here.
So 1st and 10 from their 25 is where Boyle County starts. Boyle County does not have numbers on the side of their jersey, so I can never tell really who's back there. Lanter hands off to McDaniel, and he's going to get a big gain, a first down as he gets all the way out to the 36, an 11-yard gain for a first down.
Call it the 35, but, there's still 1:45 to go here in this first quarter. Scores 14-7. There's been a lot of activity so far.
They do spot the ball at the 35. Lanter in that shotgun again. Hands off to McDaniel again. Bides his time. Finds a hole. Gets outside. He's got one man to beat, and Nate Dobbs is going to catch up with him and bring him down, but not till he runs all the way to the 32-yard line. So McDaniel with 2 big runs here to start this series for Boyle County.
Well, we talked about Bartleson, the starter. He had 28 rushes for 242 yards, but McDaniel's got 23 rushes for 202. So they've got a pretty good 1-2 punch here.
Well, they got a 1-2-3 punch. They just took McDaniel out, and in comes Sacco, who we saw run earlier with some success. 1st and 10, ball on the 31-yard line of the Centurions. Lanter hands off to Sacco, tries to go up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, gets down to about the 23-yard line, it looks like.
Brought down by number 27, Jake Taylor.
Well, and there you see the versatility at running back they have. Their number 3 back gains 9 yards, actually a first down, 10 yards for a first down.
10-yard gain. Ball's on the 21, hand off to Sacco again. He's got a hole on the outside, and he's going to break loose, and a touchdown-saving tackle down there by Sutherland.
Boy, that was a great run by Sacco. It looked like he had 4 Centurions right there. Looked like he was being wrapped up. He just kept spinning, pumping those legs, and almost another first down.
Ball down to the 11. It is a first down. 4 runs, 4 first downs. Hand off to Sacco again. Big hole up the middle, touchdown. So an 11-yard run for Sacco gives them a touchdown, and that was a 5-play running yard drive that covered 75 yards.
Well, there's the answer by a good football team. After being surprised by a touchdown by Cal, they took it right up the field. As you said, Mike, 5 running plays.
Smith in to kick the extra point again. Here comes the shift we've seen from Boyle County every time. Cole Lanter, the holder. Ball's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. So Jackson Smith is now 28 for 28 on the year, and Boyle County goes up 21-7 on the Centurions.
Well, I want to mention the girls golf team. Congratulations to junior golfer Grace Walker, who tied for first place last weekend at the Jefferson County Invitational held at Shawnee Golf Course. The large field of 53 girls represented public and private schools from around the county, and she's quite a player, Mike.
Well, it was a 5-play drive that covered 75 yards in a minute 35, and for the Centurions to stay in this game, Steve, that defense is going to have to figure out some way to stop this potent offense by Boyle County.
Well, you can see Boyle County is definitely a complete team here, offensively and defensively. And the Centurions are going to need to make some adjustments to try and one of the biggest challenges they've got is stopping them, as you say.
Gage Guerin, Luke Leeper back for the Centurions again. This will be their 4th kickoff return of the night. The best one was last time when Guerin took it at the goal line, returned it all the way out to the 32. We've not seen the ball kicked to Leeper at all this evening.
.22 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
This time the ball's going to be kicked to Leeper side. He's going to take it. He's going to drop it. Pickett's back up at the 1-yard line. Tries to come left, but there is a slew of Rebels there to bring him down.
Boy, there was just a wall of black jerseys coming down there. As he crossed about the 5-yard line, it's like he had nowhere to go.
You know, sometimes when you drop a ball like that, you see you get a chance to maybe you throw the timing off, you get a big run. But, boy, not that time. The Centurions will take over at their own 8. So 1st and 10, Centurions had their best field position to start the last drive. This time they have their worst field position. We'll see if Coach Cantwell has any plays to get behind the secondary again like he did last time with the big play to Will Parr. Babin in the backfield. Sabatino will go under center. Back to pass, throws it out in the flat. Going to be completed out there to Leeper. And all over him as soon as he gets it's Cash Logan, but he's going to get about 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and a good play by Logan out there, because if Leeper breaks that tackle, there was nobody else out there.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter of play. Boyle County with the 21-7 lead.
Well, Mike, the Centurion Armory is Cal's retail store with a full line of clothing, accessories, and merchandise for every Centurion fan. The Armory is open Tuesday through Friday from 2:30 to 4 p.m. and until 7 p.m. on all home football games. For Cal sports game scores and schedules, visit our website, www.caschools.us/Centurion-Athletics. That's a hard thing to write
That's
down.
a lot to say right there, man. But you did a great job, Steve. You should go into broadcasting, maybe.
I feel bad for people that were trying to write that down as I said that.
Well, Centurions, let's see where they marked the ball. They started this drive on the 8 and make it a 4-yard gain out to the 12. So it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Centurions. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say while we're waiting here, talk about girls soccer. The Cal's girls soccer team is 8-0-2. They got a winning streak going. They celebrated their 8th win and maintained their undefeated status with an 8-2 victory over Ballard. And they're back on the road Monday night at KCD. John Zutt's got quite a team there this year.
He is doing a great job.
He's been there for a long time.
Sabatino under center. And he's going to draw Boyle County offside with that hard snap, and that'll make it a 2nd and 1 for the Centurions. So I'm sure Coach Smith is not real happy with all these illegal procedures and offside calls they're having tonight against his Rebel team.
Well, it's one of those things that the coach will be able to rail about this next week, regardless of the outcome of the game.
Hand off to Babin. He's going to move his way up across the 30 before he's brought down at the 33, and just a nice hard run for that first down by Babin.
Yeah, he got in there and just kind of carried several players for about 3 or 4 yards. Earned every bit of it.
The results, first down.
Centurions back in action at home next week with homecoming as they start district play against Mercer County, a first-time ever opponent of the Centurions in football.
Of course, they're one of the new district teams that Cal faces this year.
Lots of new teams on the schedule this year for the Centurions, and that's fun. Timeout by Christian Academy with 11:26 to go here in the second quarter, 21-7 Boyle County. You know, some of the other teams in our district this year, Steve, is we have Mercer County, who we've never played before. We have Henry County. Everybody's familiar with them, but amazingly, we've never played them in football before.
Yeah, as close as they are, that's kind of surprising.
Western Hills out of Frankfort is in there. Western Hills, the most exciting thing about Western Hills, they had the running back, I believe, went to Nebraska to play. They lost in their playoff game last year, 74-72, I think was the score of their playoff game. Wow. I would just love to see that. It would have been a great one to call. We wouldn't have had any time. And but they're out of Frankfort in the Centurion District this year. And then, of course, the old nemesis of the Centurions, their biggest rival, the DeSales team. But it all starts next week, district play with Mercer County coming to town to take on the Centurions in homecoming, and that means Dr. Tran Hoodie night as well. Under center is Sabatino, 1st and 10 for the Centurions. Play action, looking to pass, gets it out, got it complete out to Leaper, 1st down for the Centurions.
Pass is complete to number 88, Luke Leaper. Taken out of bounds.
So the passing game starting to take a little more effect now, Steve.
Yeah, nice pass there by Sabatini. And he was rolling to his left, which that's hard to do for a right-hander, but he seems to be able to complete that pretty well.
1st and 10, ball on the 35 for the Centurions. Sabatino under center. He's going to hand off to Babin. Goes right, cuts back, buries his head, gets out to the 41-yard line. Or they're going to mark it at the 40, it looks like, so it'll be a 4-yard gain on 1st down.
One of the things about Babin, it seems like when he gets hit, he usually carries somebody for another yard or two. Does a nice job of finishing his runs. Got 4 yards there when he was hit about 2 yards off the line of scrimmage.
They'll make it 2nd and 6 for the Centurions. Centurions need to answer here to stay within a touchdown. Mays goes left, Leaper to the right, double backfield for the Centurions. Play action, pass out to Will Parr, and he's going to be hit immediately. And there's going to be a flag, but I'm not sure if it was pass interference. It looked like he threw the flag where some consternation was going on at midfield.
Pointing at a Boyle County player, maybe a personal foul here.
Zarius Roller, you talked about tonight, Steve, was right on William Parr. And as soon as that ball touched his finger, his hands were there knocking it away.
He made a great play there. Parr's a big target. The ball was high, so only Parr could get it. But
and it is going to be a personal foul against Boyle County. So mark off 15, put the Centurions into Rebel territory. All the way to the 45, another 1st down for the Centurions.
Well, and here's Cal coming back, looking to answer the last touchdown by Boyle County. Taking some time off the clock on this drive, Mike.
Mays goes to the left, Leaper to the right, double backfield again. Play action again. Here comes the throw, going long. If Leeper can get to it, he's got it. He had gotten behind his man, Cash Logan, but Sabatino overthrew, and it looks like the defense is making Sabatino throw just a second early tonight, which is throwing off that timing with Leeper.
Yeah, but you know, it's kind of one of those things where if you show that, it helps loosen things up a little bit, whether you complete it or not sometimes, and hopefully we'll see that happen here.
So make it 2nd and 10 for the Centurions.
And he definitely showed that he can get behind the defense there.
I have not been able to make out yet who the second back is when we've gone with the double backs. It's usually Babin's brother, but now it's single back as Zimmer is back in the game. Mays to the left, Leeper to the right. Sabatino, quick drop, finds Leeper at the 40, gets around his man to the 39-yard line before he's brought down.
Sacco was in on that stop. Cash Logan was the one that made that tackle.
Make it a 6-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Centurions. What a nice facility here, Steve. Beautiful night for football, but just a very nice facility that is filled with Rebel fans on the home side. A good turnout for the Centurions across the way. Leeper left, Mays right this time. Zimmer with the block, pass intercepted. Going for Parr. Parr looked like he went to the ground, and coming away with the interception was Will McDaniel.
Yeah, Parr was back behind a little bit there, but Sabatino wasn't able to get it up and over far enough, and a nice reaction there by the Boyle County player.
The Centurions drive it to about the 40-yard line on that drive. But Boyle County will take over at their own 35. Lanter in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass, going long. Smith is wide open again, and Smith is killing the Centurions on that left side. Make it a touchdown, 65-yard touchdown pass to Smith.
Well, a couple of things there. Lanter had all the time he needed, and he's doing a great job of laying that ball in there for Smith, that he can take it and run with it and use his speed to run past the Cal defense. And we got it's 27-7 with 9:19 to go in the second quarter. So Cal's going to have to figure out a way to stop this Boyle County offense, or it's going to be a long night.
Well, there's been no help coming over from the top on Smith. He has been wide open every time as he gets his second touchdown reception of the evening. A 49-yard pass the first time he caught one. That time a 65-yard TD pass. Ball's down, kick is up, kick is going to be good. And with 9:19 to go in the first half, Boyle County goes up 28-7 on the Centurions.
That sophomore kicker, Jackson Smith, is a good-looking kicker. Boy, he gets some nice height on those kicks. Well, we want to encourage people to support Cal Athletics by purchasing an athletic pass. Cal Athletic Passes offer students, adults, and families admission to all home athletic events. For easy gate admission, we offer single passes for $95 and family passes for $275. Athletic passes can be purchased at the Centurion Armory or by calling the Cal Athletic office. Get your athletic pass today and save.
Get it? You got a lot of athletic events the rest of the year. Come out and cheer on the Centurions. Right now we need a lot of cheering for the Centurion football team as Boyle County has jumped out to a 28-7 lead with 9:19 to go in the first half. This Boyle County team has not given up more than 7 points in any game this year. The Centurions with a good chance to do that as they've already got 7, but they need a lot more than just one or two more touchdowns. They need 3 to tie. An onside kick, and the Centurions, Boyle County has recovered.
Yeah.
An onside kick by Boyle County. Gray Rabaney with the recovery, and Boyle County will take over at the 43-yard line. I thought a Centurion had it. Next thing I knew, Rabaney comes popping out of the pile with it.
Yeah, I couldn't catch who that was up there, but they caught Cal asleep right there. They were turning to go the other way and didn't react to that onside kick.
And so
Hunter Smith calling a timeout here to talk to his troops and try and encourage that defense to step up and make a stop here.
That'd be Chuck Smith. You're trying to morph Hunter Cantwell and Chuck Smith. That's Hunter Smith. It'd be a nice morphing there, though, man. It's a good idea. So 9:17 to go, 28-7 Boyle County, and they have the ball again in Centurion territory this time.
Sorry about that, Coach. Want to mention the volleyball team. They're 5-11 this year, and it was a tough week for them. They suffered 3 losses, but the team will be back on the road Monday night at Walden. So we wish them the best of luck. Boys soccer, after a loss to Ballard Tuesday night, the Centurion boys soccer team posted an 8-0 win on senior night last night versus Walden. They will travel to Christian Academy of Indiana on Monday.
So, Steve, defense got to step up, and we've seen Smith on that left side just get open rather consistently tonight.
Yeah, they've got to stop him here or the game's over, I'm afraid. And, you know, you made the observation earlier on that last pass that there's no help rolling over from the safety spot on Smith. And, boy, I tell you, he's with his talent, he's got to be one that they've got to have their sights on.
And we haven't even seen hardly Bartleson, the big running back, tonight. He was in for that first few downs. We haven't seen him since. It's going to be reverse and wide open. On the left side is going to be Cole Lantern. He is finally run out of bounds by I can't tell who because I got all the fans standing up in front of me. But he is run out of bounds, but not before a significant gain for a first down.
Looked like Mackay Mays was part of that.
And that is an auto connection. Rebel, first down.
The ball's going to be at the 25-yard line of the Centurions. Make it a 23-yard gain on that reverse. Lantern hands off
Sacco.
to Sacco. Cuts to the right side. Going to be tackled from behind by Sutherland.
Good tackle by Sutherland. One-on-one there on
Play results, second down.
Sacco.
Going to be second down. They spot the ball, it looks like, at the 22-yard line.
2nd and 7.
Lantern in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Here comes pressure. Gets the pass out to Smith behind the line of scrimmage, but right there to take him down looks like it's going to be Will Minrath.
I think it's Brant Babin.
Brought down by number 33, Brent Babin.
Or it could have been Brent Babin, like you just said, and the announcer said. So I missed it. You got it.
That's all right.
Minrath was in the general territory.
Boy, Cal had that place smelled out. They had Sutherland coming in from the backside, going after Lantern, and then they had Smith covered on this side.
So it is 3rd and 12, and under center goes Lantern. Rolls to his right, looking. Here comes pressure, missing the tackle. He gets it off, but tackled immediately out there by Satterfield as the pass got to Luke Shepperson, but Satterfield smelled that one out, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, I tell you, it
Boyle County.
Looks to me like Coach Cantwell lit a fire under this defense. Man, they're coming in firing right now.
Ball's at the 25. They've added some pressure against Lantern, and I thought he was going to be tackled in the backfield on that one. He did a good
getting
job.
That away. Yeah.
Finally got away, but he's got a 4th down this time. Straight drop back. He's got time. Throws to the left. It's going to be overthrown. And Centurions for the first time tonight hold Boyle County and get the ball over on downs.
It looked like there was a little bit of a hold there on that right side of the line by Boyle County on Sutherland, but fortunately he got enough pressure there and forced the overthrow. And, hey, Cal has gotten a stop, the stop that they badly needed here.
And, Steve, you called it like a different defense that time. I mean, they were being aggressive and coming after Lantern at the quarterback position, so maybe Maybe they've awakened. Let's see what the offense can do here. It'd be great to get about a 7-minute drive and just go down by 2 touchdowns here. Guerin in motion, comes back. Sabatino with the shuttle to Guerin's got some room on the left side, breaks a tackle, gets a first down out to about the 38-yard line. Make it a 13-yard gain for Guerin. First down.
He was one player away there, and I think that was Sacco over there that saved a touchdown. Guerin was getting ahead of steam there.
Boy, you're right, Steve. You can get by there, up so close. If you can get by that second line, they're not up quite as close as they were, but they're within about an 8-yard range against the Centurions. Play action again. Here comes pressure. Sabatino gets rid of it. Guerin has it again across the 50 into Rebel territory. First down. A great job by Sabatino recognizing that rush and getting rid of the ball. Ball on the 47 in Boyle County territory, 1st and 10.
Guerin showing his speed there, being able to turn the corner and get up the field a little bit.
So 1st and 10, Centurions 2 plays, 2 first downs on this drive so far.
And seeing a little fire from the offense here too, Mike.
Mays and King go left. Leaper out to the right side. Zimmer in the backfield. Zimmer gets the handoff, tries to cut to the left, but boy, I'm going to tell you, holding his spot. What number was that man? 55. Nathaniel Rush. He just kind of stepped out, and Zimmer started to go outside, and Rush said, nope, I'm going to push you back inside. And,
yep, you're mine.
and a couple of Boyle County players there waiting for him. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. May splits left, Leaper to the right.
Yeah, this is truly a defense where if you've got a hole, you've got to hit it. You've got to carry. You're going to have to carry somebody a couple of yards.
Sabatino putting it up in the air, going for a Leaper against Logan. Oh, incomplete pass. Looked like he had it, but Logan right there with him, step for step, and I think able to get a hand on the ball.
Well, that was a tough angle for Leaper to catch that ball because it was dropping in so steeply. And, yeah, he almost needed a head on a swivel there to make that catch.
That brings back some bad movies, Steve. Let's not talk about that. third and 10, 5:20 to go here in the first half. Mays and Leaper are going to the left side, along with Dupes, who's in the game.
Seem a little lost.
They do, and there's going to be a timeout, Cal.
I think that's our last one of the half. There's 5:20 to go here in the second quarter. And with that, the Cal cross country team will be running in the Trinity Valkyrie Invitational tomorrow at Tom Sawyer Park. We wish the best of luck to all our runners, and Cal's had a real solid cross country program for a number of years under Lowry Stallings. Field hockey, they're 7-2-1 this year. They suffered a 1-0 loss Tuesday night at Sacred Heart, but came away with a win at last night's matchup against Mail. The Lady Centurions will be on the road next Tuesday at KCD.
Steve, you were athletic director here for a number of years. Is it not great to have an athletic total program that you see strong like in every area at the school?
It really, it's great for everybody. It's great for the school. Keeps students involved and wanting to come to Cal. And, of course, there's bigger reasons for going to Cal than just athletics. But athletics can play a key role, in having good coaches like Lowry Stallings, John Zutt, for all these years have played a big part of that.
We are back to action here, 3rd and 10. Sabatino rolls left. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man open. Did he catch it? Incomplete off the hand of Leaper.
Boy, that was close.
It's about a yard too far, and Leaper couldn't quite. Had the one. I was looking for the one-handed catch. Centurions are going for it on 4th down. 5:14 to go in this halftime. And Centurions are going to go for it. Of course, Sabatino also the punter. He's been known to.
Boy, and we're talking inches here from having a couple of passes complete, long passes.
Leaper and Guerin right. To the left is Mays. They're going to be a timeout by Boyle County. Coach Smith saw something he didn't like, so he's going to take a timeout and discuss it.
Well, it also looked like they were going to load up and bring in the heat from the middle there, so we'll see what happens with that.
5:14 to go first half, 28-7 Boyle County.
Well, E-News is Cal's online newsletter that allows fans, parents, and supporters of Cal Athletics to keep up with the latest news in Cal sports. E-News is distributed weekly and includes sports from elementary, middle, and high school from all of Cal's Kentucky campuses. For questions, please feel free to contact us at enews at caschools.us. To subscribe, visit our website at caschools.us/Centurion-Athletics.
I was watching the Boyle County huddle, and there was a freshman over here just kind of sitting talking to his guys, and the coaches over there screaming at him to get out in the huddle. And finally he comes out there, man, coach is just right next to him, chewing on him there, and then gives him a pat on the back. So I don't think that young freshman will be in sideline discussions much more. He'll be paying attention if he's supposed to be in the game or not. So big play for the Centurions, 4th and 10 on the 47-yard line of Boyle County. It appears they're going for it, but watch the pooch kick.
Key play right here.
Sabatino looks like he's audibling. And he's going to go back. He's going to punt. Here comes the punt. It was blocked. Going for the pooch kick. It was blocked, but still gets a good roll. He's going to put it down to the 22-yard line.
And not a bad result there. About 27, 28 yards on that kick. Gets them down to about the 20-yard line. Make them drive the length of the field.
Ball's going to be marked at the 22. So Boyle County will take over on their own 22.
Doesn't look like Boyle County was fooled by that, though.
They were ready for it and got a hand up and actually tipped it. So Boyle County has coached this scouted this Cal team well. One receiver right, one left. Lanter under center. Handoff goes to the second man through, which is McDaniel. And he's going to carry a couple Centurions across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Make it a 14-yard gain.
Boyle County brought motion there with number 10, Gray Rabani, coming across there, and it kind of confused things a little bit, seemed to open it up a little bit for McDaniel there.
I tell you, we've not seen Bartleson, their main running back, hardly at all, but it has not slowed this running attack down whatsoever.
Yeah, the word I've got is he's maybe a little bit nicked up, and that's why we're not seeing much of him tonight.
Boyle County would start district play, I believe, next week as well, so you definitely want to go into district play healthy. Handoff to McDaniel again. Cuts through a hole. Goes up, breaks a tackle. Going to finally be brought down there by Zimmer, it looks like. But not after he gets into Christian Academy territory all the way to the 41.
Well, I tell you, we didn't see much of Bartleson, but I don't think they're missing a whole lot with McDaniel in there. And, of course, we saw Sacco provide some good runs also. So
make it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of the Centurions for Boyle County. Lanter under center again. In motion goes Smith. He gets the handoff. Looking for some room. Turns it upfield. He gets hit a couple times. Finally brought down from behind by Babin. But another first down. The chains move. And ball's going to be at the 28-yard line.
3.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Cal's down 28-7 here to Boyle County, and they're marching again here looking for another score.
Lanter under center. In motion goes Mahaney. Fake to him. Hand off to McDaniel. Gets by one tackle. Takes a few more with him. Gets across the 20 down to about the 17. It may be another first down.
Well, I'll tell you, they're creating some big holes out there right now for McDaniel to run through, and he's taking full advantage.
Oh, we have holding.
Well, that helps create those holes.
So. That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's why the holes are so big. I saw Tom Brady watching the Jacksonville, Tennessee game. Said he quit watching because so many penalties, so many holds were being called. Well, Tom Brady wants you to hold, man. He don't want those holds called. So that moves the ball back to the 35-yard line. It'll be first and looks like about 17. Hand off to Behaney this time as he was the man in motion. Gets outside, cuts up field, gets across the 30 to about the 25 or 26. We'll see where they mark it. Makai Mays up from his safety position with the stop. Ball marked at the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Rebels. 2:52 to go here in the first half. Rebels lead 28-7. Lanter goes to the shotgun this time. Hands off to Sacco, who's back in the game. Cuts up, gets a first down, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. 24-yard run, and Sacco. Steve, what we're seeing, they start to run outside. Our players are there in position to move them back inside, but they move them back inside. There's nobody there to tackle them.
Yeah, and it seems like we're seeing a lot of arms reaching out right now, too.
Smith in for the extra point. Cole Lanter the holder, Jackson Smith the kicker. Ball's down, kick is up, kick is good. And Boyle County goes up 35-7 on the Centurions with 2:42 to go in the first half.
Well, something we've seen in recent years is Cal's been in position to go to a running clock against their opponents, and they're about one score away from that happening here. And we've got 2:42 to go here in the first half. Hopefully Cal can get to the locker room here maybe with another score and then try and figure some things out before they come out here in the second half.
It was a 6-play, 78-yard drive that covered 2 minutes, 12 seconds. 24-yard run by Sacco, the score that time. That was Sacco's second rushing touchdown of the evening. That was his third of the year. He had one coming into this game. Leeper and Guerin back to receive another kickoff. Smith ready to kick it off. Last time kind of caught the Centurions napping with an onside kick that they recovered. Rebels, that is. Smith approaches the ball. This time he's going to boot it in the air, and Leeper is going to take it about the goal line. Runs back to the left side across the field. Gets up to about the 20-yard line before 2 or 3 Rebels bring him down. The Centurions will take over at the 20.
Run back by number 88, Luke Leeper.
Again, it's something that's impressive with this Boyle County team is their speed. Leeper was running the other way and seemed like he might have an opportunity. They had the outside sealed over there, but the inside coverage came in and smothered him as he reached the 20-yard line.
Dead ball. After the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the receiving kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So we have another penalty against Boyle County. Well, the Centurions are going to win that stat tonight. They haven't had nearly the penalty yardage that Boyle County has tonight.
That's true. Yeah, that has not been something that has hurt Cal at all. In fact, if they had a penalty tonight, I don't know if they have.
I'm not sure. Ball's out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Centurions. Back to pass, Sabatino. Looking, plenty of time. Throws it across the middle. Completed pass across the field. Guerin with the completion. Puts it out to the 42-yard line.
It's Will McDaniel on the tackle there. It looked like, Guerin almost could have gotten that and taken off because it was open going that direction. But McDaniel, with his speed, was able to make the tackle.
Sabatino, he's going to run it this time, and he's going to get caught. He gets about 2 yards on it finally, just a yard short of the first down. He was hit in the backfield. He drug a few people with him, including Wilson Kelly. So make it 3rd and 1 for the Centurions. Hurry up offense.
1:48 to go here in the second quarter.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Sabatino's going to roll right. Looking, he's going to fire the pass, throws it into coverage, and it's going to be incomplete. McDaniel and Logan back there with the coverage. And that'll stop the clock and bring up a 4th down for the Centurions with 1:36 to go in the first half.
Looks like they're going to go for it. You see the hands on the hips here. I mean, Cal looks kind of whipped right now.
Well, Centurions have not had it taken to them like this in a long, long time. It is 4th and 1. But you're still getting ready for districts. That's the important part of the year, and that begins next week. Trips to the left. Sabatino rolls. Here comes pressure. He throws it, completed on the far side. I believe that's par. And a great design play. Sabatino took a belt but got rid of it just in time to get it to par. He gets all the way up to the 28-yard line of Boyle County for a first down.
Big play for this Cal offense and this Cal football team. Again, going into the half, if they could score here.
1st and 10 at the 28 of Boyle County.
If you have lost a wedding band, please report to the men's wedding band. Please report to the T-shirt stand out front.
We got a timeout by Boyle County with 1:26 to go in the first half. 35-7 Boyle County, but Centurions pushing it down the field.
Yeah, the coach of Boyle County is getting on his team right now. He doesn't want to see Cal go in and score here. And he knows he's got Cal on the ropes, and he's on his players saying, we need to make a stop. Meanwhile, Coach Cantwell is over there dialing up whatever he can to come up with a score here before the end of the half. Again, we've got 1:26 to go in the second quarter. Boyle County is up 35-7 on the Centurions.
And back out come the Centurions. See if they can get a score here. Kevin King splits out to the right side. Leaper to the left side. Babin in the backfield with Sabatino. Here comes the pressure. Sabatino stays in. Eludes one person. There goes a flag. Out of bounds runs Sabatino after about 2-yard gain.
Run by number 13, Anthony Sabatino. Taken out of bounds by number 22, Andrew.
So I think it's going to be holding on some team. We're not sure if it's going to be offense or defense on that one.
Might be on John Young. He was looking like, I didn't do it.
But I tell you, it was back in the linebacker area.
Yeah, it was.
Looked like it was thrown in the area of a linebacker and a receiver. So the official's still discussing it. I tell you, it's really the first delay we've had in officials discussing. It looked like you're talking to Coach Cantwell to see what he wants to do. I mean, last week's game, Steve, it was like the officials had a discussion on every single flag, and it took about a minute and a half every time. But these officials have done a very, very good job tonight. It is defensive holding. Going to be automatic first down for the Centurions. So,
not sure what the delay was there. That you would think that would be a pretty straightforward call, and
so it's going to be all the way down to the 18, so 10-yard penalty. First down, Centurions at the Boyle County 18. Minute 19 to go in the first half. Babin in the backfield. Play action. Here comes pressure. He just lobs it up, complete over to Babin, and he's going to walk it in for a touchdown. So that is the second time we've seen the Centurions take advantage of the Boyle County aggressiveness. 18-yard touchdown pass to Babin from Sabatino. Centurions back on the board.
Well, Sabatino did a nifty job there of avoiding the rush. He saw it coming, and he ducked out. He was looking one way and then turned around, and Babin was wide open over there. Kind of a blown coverage there by Boyle County, and Cal took advantage. And here we are, Mike. Minute 12 to go. Cal answers with a touchdown.
Masters holding. I believe that's McDonald again to do the kicking. Kick is up, and it's a no-doubter. Justin McDonald with 2 extra points tonight. And with 1:12 to go here in the game, in the first half, it is 35-14. Boyle County with the lead, but Centurions with their second touchdown of the first half. And see, that's just impressive. After that last Boyle County touchdown, you go down 35-7. Not much time to go in the first half. You can just say, let's just run it out. But boy, I tell you, they came out and fought all the way down.
They really did. Came up with some big plays. Sabatino was a gamer on that one. I mean, he got hammered a couple of times. One time on a run and another time on a pass that he made, and was able to finish it off there with a nice pass over to Babin, and a great answer by this Cal team. And, that's what you want to see as a coach. You want to see that your team's not going to quit, no matter what the circumstances are.
Now this defense has got to dig in and stop the Rebels. Justin McDonald ready to do the kicking. Looks like it is McDaniel is the deep man. Rabaney is on the far side, flanking him. It's going to be a high, rather short kick. Rabaney comes up, takes it at the 22, skirts his way, tries to get outside. He's got some room. Dobbs can't get him, but Dobbs stays after him. But Rabaney, he was hit about 3 times, gets in Centurion territory all the way to 39, and here comes another flag out. There's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on somebody. Let's just hope it's not on the Centurions.
Taken down by number 23, Gage Durant.
Rabaney with a great return. Took it at the 22. Runs it all the way back to the 40 of the Centurions. And Centurions get their first penalty tonight on a personal foul. Boy, it couldn't come at a worse time. That'll move the ball all the way to the 25. So Boyle County takes over. It's going to be, at the 25-yard line of the Centurions. So Centurions defense backs against the wall. They have been able to stop Boyle County 1 time tonight. Every other time, it's been 5 touchdowns. Smith goes to the right this time with trips to the left. Lanter in the shotgun. I'm not sure who's in the backfield with him. I can't see that number. It was McDaniel. Fake to him, going for Smith. And Smith with a great catch. I'm going to tell you, Guerin was all over him, and Lanter put it about the only place Smith could make the catch. And he did, but there's a flag down. And I think this one's coming back.
Well, that was a beautiful throw, Mike.
What was that call? Too many men on the field, I believe.
Well, no wonder.
There was an extra man to cover. So that's going to bring it back. But I'm going to tell you, what a catch by Smith. Guerin was right there with him.
He's showing that he's all that tonight. And you're right, Mike. Guerin couldn't have had him covered any better, but that was a great throw.
5-yard penalty. It's 1st and 15 from the 30 now. Lanter in the shotgun again. He's going to roll left this time. Looking. Here comes pressure. He gets away from it. Throws a pass, going to be incomplete. Oh, and a late flag comes out, and I'm not sure about that one. Mays and Luke Shepperson got their feet mixed up, but I don't think there was any way Shepperson could even catch that ball. It was going out of bounds. But they're going to call pass interference, I believe, on Mays. And boy, that is a tough one. They were both running at the ball. Their feet got intertwined. And that's going to be a 15-yarder. Take it all the way to the 15-yard line and be a first down. So we've had...
The only thing that's moving the ball right now are penalties, Mike.
I was going to say, that's the third straight penalty. Thank goodness you can only go half the distance to the goal after this, basically. Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 15. Lanter in the shotgun, empty backfield. He's looking right. Here comes pressure. He gets rid of it. And in for the touchdown is going to be Cole Lanter. So Lanter to Lanter on the 15-yard touchdown.
And a nice design there, kind of took advantage of Cal's aggressiveness coming in and filled the hole that was left by the linebacker behind. And Lanter caught the ball and made a nice run to finish it out. And we're at 41-14 with 43 seconds to go.
A lot of scoring with a minute and a half to go.
Smith in for the kick. Kick is up. Kick is good. And Boyle County goes ahead 42-14 with 43 seconds to go. That was a 7-second drive that covered 40 yards. 17-second drive.
I was going to say,
and there were 3 penalties and 1 pass play on that. So another TD. It covered 40 yards if you count the beginning of the 40 after the kickoff, and there was a penalty right after that. So either 40 or 25, you take your pick what it covered. But it ended in the 6th TD in 7 possessions for Boyle County, and Boyle County will receive the ball to start the second half. But Centurions, the way it's been going, Centurions have 43 seconds to go here.
We could have 3 scores yet.
We could have, the way this is going, Centurion scored in a minute 23. Boyle County scored in 17 seconds. In just a minute and a half, we've had 2 touchdowns. Leeper and Guerin go back. We've seen the ability to return a kickoff for a touchdown. Might as well have that thrown into the game right now. Smith with a kickoff. He's going to hit a ground ball again. Going to pop up, be taken by Ballard. Gets across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. And that's where the Centurions will take over.
Stopped by number 42.
So we have 39 seconds to go here in the first half. This would be a fitting end to this first half with a score by the Centurions.
Yeah, it would. Wouldn't put it past them.
Mays, Guerin, and Leeper trips to the right. Sabatino looking to pass, gets it out to Mays, right through his hands, incomplete.
Looking to run there a little bit too soon. Of course, that's tough also when you got the speed of the ball coming towards you and you're running towards it trying to make that catch and do something with it. So Boyle County had a defense pretty well too, it looked like.
Make it 2nd and 10 for the Centurions.
Just glad it didn't tip up anymore so that Boyle County couldn't make a play on that.
Trying to see if Boyle County has any timeouts left. I don't see that on the scoreboard anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think it's up there.
Trips to the left. Leeper goes in motion, stops, comes back. Sabatino's going to roll right, gives back to Zimmer, who tries to cut back the other way, but Boyle County, as we have seen all night, stays in their positions. It's going to be a 2-yard loss for Zimmer.
Yeah, may be the last play of the half here.
Ball's on the 31, make it a 3-yard loss. 3rd and 13 for the Centurions. I think they're just going to let the clock run out.
Yep,
Sabatino calls the team over. And we come into the first half. Centurions trailing Boyle County 42-14. We'll be back in about 12 minutes with a recap of first half. Second half action here at Christian Academy, or at Boyle County, where Boyle County leads the Centurions 42-14. Take a break, everybody. Welcome back to Christian Academy of Louisville football, where the Centurions are having it take it to them by the number 1 ranked Boyle County 4A football team tonight, as Boyle County leads the Centurions 42-14. Boyle County has had the ball 8 times this evening, or 7 times this evening, and has scored 6 of those 7. Centurions took the opening kickoff. They did get a first down, but then were forced to punt, and then the offensive onslaught by Boyle County started. They took over at their own 31, and 3 minutes later, 9 plays later, 69 yards later, a 27-yard touchdown pass from Reed Lanter to Coleman Clark, and an extra point that was good, put Boyle County up 7-0. Christian Academy did get the ball back again, got a first down, but forced a punt after that. This time Boyle County took over on their own 49-yard line, and 4 plays later, a minute 24 later, it was a 49-yard pass play from Lanter to Reese Smith, and Boyle County went up 14-0. Centurions did show some life on the next time they got the ball, though. They took over on their own 32, and the very next play was a 68-yard pass play from Sabatino to William Parr. Kick was by Justin McDonald, in for the first time this year as kicker, and that kick was good, and it was 14-7 Boyle County. But Boyle County put the pedal to the metal, and 5 plays later in their kickoff, they traveled 75 yards, ending in an 11-yard run, the first of 2 runs by Andrew Sacco, and the Boyle County went up at the end of the first quarter 21-7. When the Centurions got the ball back, they were moving the ball. Actually had 3 first downs on their next series, but then an interception by William McDaniel gave Boyle County the ball at their own 35, and they showed they could score in 1 play as well. The second touchdown pass of the evening to Reese Smith, this time a 65-yard touchdown pass, and Boyle County went up 28-7. Boyle County then came with an onside kick and recovered it, took over at the Centurion 43-yard line, but had to turn it over on down. Centurions got the ball back after a couple first downs, punted it away, and Boyle County hit the scoreboard again. This time a 6-play drive that covered 78 yards, a 24-yard run by Andrew Sacco. This time Boyle County went up 35-7. Then the Centurions put together a drive that lasted a minute 23 seconds, 7 plays, 80 yards, and that was an 18-yard pass play from Sabatino to Babin. Centurions trailed 35-14. You're thinking, well, maybe they'll get into halftime like this, as Boyle County took over on the Centurion. They ran the kickoff back to the Centurion 40, but then a personal foul, and the Centurions put it to the 25. A couple penalties later, it moved the ball even farther up, and then there were 3 penalties and 1 play, and it was a scoring play, a 15-yard touchdown pass to Cole Lanter, and that gives the halftime score 42-14. We'll be back in a minute with the first half stats and second half action. Welcome back to Centurion football, where the Rebels lead the Centurions 42-14 at halftime. And Steve, I think you have first half stats.
Yeah, I do. We'll start with Cal. They had 35 plays in that first half to Boyle County's 30. 11 were runs for 26 yards. They were 10 of 20 for passing for 165 yards, and there was 1 interception and 2 touchdowns. They had 191 total yards, 7 first downs, and 3 penalties, 2 penalties there at the end of the first half that really hurt them. Boyle County, again, had 30 plays. 18 were runs for 207 yards, so over 10 yards a carry by their running backs. They had 13 passes. 10 were completed for 167 yards. That's 374 total yards in the first half. 10 first downs. The only blemish really for Boyle County that first half, they had 9 penalties, and but that didn't really slow down their scoring onslaught.
Well, Steve, we've been doing this a long time, and unless you're talking about Male or Simon Kenton, really Centurions even played pretty even with Male. Simon Kenton, really the last school I can remember that's kind of taken it to the Centurions like this.
Yeah, Newport Central, I remember a few years ago, also in a playoff game. But, yeah, this is kind of a wake-up call for this Centurion football team. Coming in with high expectations this year, and still can have a very good season. We're looking at a Boyle County team. One of the things I wanted to ask the gentleman from the radio station that calls the Boyle County games is how this team rates with the Boyle County teams that he's covered over the years, because they've got all the pieces, that's for sure.
Well, and we just got to remind people, this Boyle County team since 1998 has 7 state championships and 1 state runner-up to its name. So this is a program that has been built over the years, a program that has been solidified over the years, and we're seeing the parts of that. The bad news is Centurions are kicking off and Boyle County is getting the ball again. We are getting ready for action here in about 9 seconds as the teams begin to take the field. And one thing, we were talking before the game about, as you look at Boyle County stat sheets, how many different players have interceptions, fumble returns, touchdowns, that sort of thing. A lot of that's because they play so many people because they've been ahead in every game so far. Centurions have scored more points tonight against Boyle County than anybody has scored on them this year. The most they'd given up previous to this game is 7. Centurions have scored 14 tonight, so maybe the best offense the Centurions have seen, or the Boyle County has seen tonight.
Just got word from our spotter here, Clay Masters, that Gage Guerin is on the sidelines with no shoulder pads on. So looks like he's out for the game, and that's a big blow to this Cal offense.
And that's an injury you hope is just for a week, because with district play starting next week, you need to be everybody on deck, and you need Babin back, and you need Guerin to be healthy for that game. McDonald getting ready to kick off. Back is Gray Rabaney, who ran the ball back to the 14 or to the 40 last time he took it. And he's going to run up, and he's not going to take it. It is touched, and it's going to be recovered by the Centurions, I believe. It is.
Well, there's a break that this Cal team needed to start off the second half. That's at the 16-yard line. They're going to take over right there and look at a short field, hopefully for another score.
Nate Dobbs, the back man came up to catch the ball, but the man just in front of him was running back, then realized he couldn't get it, tried to jump out of the way. It touched him, and Nate Dobbs, the man of the hour, right there on the ball, gets the fumble recovery.
Well, he came in there like he wanted that ball, too.
So Centurions 1st and 10 at the 16. Leaper splits out to the right, King and Mays to the left. Zimmer in the backfield. Hard count by Sabatino. He draws Boyle County outside, looks for the flag. No flag is thrown, goes back under center. Hand off to Zimmer. Tries to go outside, then tries to cut up middle, and he goes nowhere. It's big number 73, Wilson Kelly, there to meet him and stop him.
Wilson Kelly brings up 2nd down.
Looks like they're going to give him about 2 yards on that. Those were hard-earned yards there by Harrison Zimmer.
They get 2nd and 8 from the 14-yard line for the Centurions. Boy, what a great this would be to start the second half with a touchdown. That is the first kickoff fumble recovery for the Centurions this year. Babin in the game now in the backfield. Mays in motion, play action. Here comes pressure across the middle. Touchdown. Touchdown to Andrew Dupes. Sabatino on the ground again. He was hit late from behind. No flag. Babin talking to the official. But Sabatino got rid of it. He was being chased from behind, got slammed to the ground. He goes up. He gets up, limps all the way to Andrew Dupes to congratulate him on the touchdown pass.
He's taken a beating tonight. He has taken some hits that may be a little rougher than they needed to be.
So Masters holding, McDonald in to hold for him.
And Cal's missing a player. They're yelling for somebody to come in. And who's that coming in there? Number 82, 62?
He's in there is the main thing, and he beat the clock. Kick is up. Kick is good, and J-Mac has come in and done a great job kicking tonight. I'm not sure where Dylan Cornett may have had a soccer game tonight. He's a soccer player as well as football. And Justin McDonald showing he can do the job, and the Centurions cut the lead in half, 42-21.
Well, and again, there's a third touchdown pass, and again, some nice designs here that have created openings for Sabatino to get it to somebody who's wide open, and that's a great start here for the second half for the Centurions. Speaking to the radio folks here that are working beside us, and asked them to compare this team to some of the past Boyle County teams. They said this one's not as big as some of the teams in the early 2000s, but it's got a lot of speed, and we've seen that tonight.
We have definitely seen that. So we're back to kickoff here again. Justin McDonald in to kick. Back is Rabaney and McDaniel. I'm not sure who's on the close side, but this ball's going to go back. Rabaney goes back, but McDaniel cuts in front of him and takes it. Heads up the middle, and he is smacked to the ground. And that is, I think, Jake Taylor is the one that slammed him down. It was a good tackle by Jake. And Boyle County will get the ball with 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter to start the third quarter in their first drive. Ball back out to the 31-yard line.
Well, definitely as good a start as you could hope for in the second half for Cal, considering they were kicking off, and they end up with a touchdown with only a minute gone. That's the way you want to get started.
So Reed Lanter, with some amazing stats in the first half, comes back out, starting in the shotgun. McDaniel lines up behind him, and McDaniel gets the ball to the right side, and he's going to be stopped out there, or at least slowed down by Taylor. And then a slew of other Centurions come in, but not before he gets a 10-yard gain and a first down.
One of the things we checked on at halftime also was the status of Landon Bartleson, their starting running back who's going to Notre Dame, and apparently he's got a hamstring injury that will probably keep him out the rest of the game. He was limping a little bit after that first play in the first half.
I'm telling you, there's some beef on that right side of the line of Boyle County, and they are opening up some holes for their running backs. Smith in motion, left to right. He sets. Lanter hands off to McDaniel again. This time he goes to the left side, and he's going to be finally brought down by Sutherland. He gets about a 5-yard gain on that.
Play results, second down.
Yeah, they were loaded up there on that right side and came back on the weak side, and were able to gain about 6 yards on that play.
2nd and 4, ball on the 49. Lanter with an empty backfield. Trips to the right, 2 to the left. Lanter takes a snap. He's falling back. Lets it fly across the middle, right in the hands of Smith. And he's off to the races, and Smith has his third touchdown of the evening on a 51-yard pass play that time.
Jake Taylor almost had a chance to tip that ball to keep it from going to Smith, but he just missed it, and it dropped right there in Smith's hand. He juggled it a little bit, made the recovery, and finished it off for another touchdown.
So this potent Boyle County offense is averaging just over 48. They're averaging 48 and a half a game. They have a chance to go over that with this extra point, as they have 48 right now.
Well, and as we were looking, Mike, I think if they make this extra point, it ties for 10th, the most all-time points given up by a Centurion football team.
That is true. Bad hike. But Cole Lanter able to grab it back and let Smith hit the extra point. And with 9:41 to go in the third quarter, Boyle County back up 49-21 over the Centurions. That was a 3-play drive that covered 79 yards in a minute 19, ending on that 51-yard pass reception to Reese Smith.
Well, you know, Smith had 5 touchdowns coming into this game. I mean, he's got 2 at least, maybe 3.
He has 3 now.
3 now,
tonight.
so, yeah.
I tell you, he is He is an unbelievably fast young man. He has just run away from the defenders of Cal.
Yeah. Yeah, once he's had the ball, it's all over.
And I tell you, Reed Lanter, you know, he's a quarterback, doesn't get a whole lot of acclaim, but Coach Cantwell, I was talking to him, he said he is a great high school quarterback. And, boy, he has put the ball in the money all night.
Yeah, he's made some great throws. He had a little bit of pressure on that when he threw that one. It was right on the money.
It is Leeper, and I believe Kevin King is deep. Needs Guerin out for the game, it appears. It's going to be a high kick. Leeper is going to take it at the 5. Comes back to the middle, trying to get over to the left side. He is being chased by Rabaney. Rabaney catches him as well as another Rebel, and Leeper gets back to about the 17. They're going to mark it at the 16. That's where the Centurions will take over with 9:34 to go in the third quarter.
Tell you, Rabaney came down untouched on the left side. He was kind of the containment on the left side. Leeper took off to the right side, the defensive right side, Leeper's left side. And Rabaney just chased him down and caught him from behind.
1st and 10. Looks like Connor Masters into the game. Played that entire first game for the Centurions, and he's going to see some action tonight. Not the easiest team in the world to come in and face.
Well, you got to wonder if Sabatino's okay. He was jarred pretty good on that last play and on that last touchdown.
Play action, Masters back to pass, runs out of the pocket, being chased, looking for help. Nobody coming to him. He's going to let it fly. Coming back was Mays a little bit. Man, Masters was getting no help on that one as nobody recognized, I think, what was happening, and there's going to be a flag on the play. It's going to be holding against the Centurions. We'll have to take a look and see who is all in the game for the Centurions now. That's going to be offensive holding. Penalty is going to be declined by Boyle County. So that'll make it 2nd and 10 for the Centurions. Masters running for his life against this potent Rebel defense.
Now in at quarterback for Christian Academy, number 8, Connor Masters.
We'll try to get you caught up on some of the other players in the team, in the game as well, if there are any changes.
And Adam Ballard here on the right side.
Ballard and King split out to the right side. Looks like Babin in the backfield with Masters. It's going to be a handoff to Leeper, who is the man in motion. He's not going to make it outside. Boy, that speed. Number 36 was Tommy Zeismer. The freshman was not letting Leeper come up. And then the cornerback came in and finished him off.
Number 14, that's Hayden Bottoms. Showing a lot of speed there, too, coming in and finishing that off.
That was an 8-yard loss, so it'll be 3rd and 18 for the Centurions. The good news, I guess, is when you're the second-string quarterback and come in, it means you're either ahead by a lot, which is usually the case with Centurions, or you're coming against a really good defense that has beaten you and makes it very tough. Masters back to pass, looking, throws it back to the opposite side, complete, but not a whole lot of running room. And Leeper goes down, and talking to the official again as the tackler for Boyle County kind of just got up and stepped right over Leeper. And it's going to bring a 4th down up in a punting situation.
After the play, for yourself, 4th down.
So it should be Sabatino in the punt. And I'm like you, he took some hard hits. Coach Cantwell maybe getting him out of there just to keep him healthy for next week. Not sure who's setting up here for. It looks like Cash Logan is setting up to return the punt. He's at the 40 of the Centurions. Sabatino, pretty good kick. He goes back to the 45 to take it, and there's Nate Dobbs to come down. Misses him. He gets away from Kevin King. Tries to go back upfield, but finally finish him off is Andrew Dukes. And Nathaniel Dobbs in there as well. Boyle County with 7:33 to go in the third quarter will get great field position at the Centurion 44.
Well, Nate Dobbs is pretty amazing in these punt coverage here. He's in somebody's face every time when that ball comes down. That ball was not that high either.
He is down there, the first man, almost every time. Report from Louisville, Male beat Trinity in double overtime this evening. Hand off to Sacco, who's back in the game, or Sacco, excuse me. He's going to get about a 4-yard gain down to the 40. 2nd and 6. Matthew Mawsey with that tackle. Make it 2nd and 6. Handoff, power left. Here comes Sacco. He's got a hole. Runs over a few Centurions, gets the first down, past the 30 down to the 25.
Pushed out of bounds by number 7, Mays.
That's a time for Boyle County to bring in their second string, but this is their second and third string, and the running backs at least.
Yeah.
First and 10, the 25. Lanter, the starting quarterback, still in there.
Well, they're dominating the line of scrimmage right now, and they definitely have control of the game.
And there's going to be a penalty, I believe. Flag is down. Encroachment on the Centurions. Well, that'll make it 1st and 5 for Boyle County. So Lanter in the shotgun. Sacco behind him. Sacco gets the ball. Cuts outside to the left. Has some room. Breaks one tackle. Finally brought down, but not before a great pickup down to about the 6, it looks like. Another first down.
Harrison Zimmer was coming in there. Looked like he had a line on him, and Sacco just kind of veered left him, just left him.
Ball's placed at the 6, 1st and goal. Centurions have only been able to stop Boyle County on one drive this evening. Everything else, 7 touchdowns. Going to be timeout by the Centurions. 6:29 to go here in the third quarter. 49-21. Boyle County with the lead. And Steve, there's a reason this team's number 1 in 4A.
Yeah, that's for sure. And again, the ranked 7th in the state. And who knows, may need to be higher than they're ranked.
I'm not sure we can get higher than number 1.
Well, I'm talking about overall.
Overall.
All classes,
Yep.
Yeah, they're number 7 in all classes. And, pretty impressive. You can see, they have a lot of pride. They're well coached. I think they've got a lot to look forward to this year. And, the other thing, too, when we talked about it at the outset, is they've got several seniors at key positions, including the quarterback. Lanter definitely knows what he's doing out there. He's able to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented. And, you haven't seen him make any mistakes out there tonight.
Let's go over Centurion's schedule rest of the year. They will be back at home next week. Homecoming as Centurions take on the Titans from Mercer County. And then it will be on the road to Henry County the following week. Steve, I think you got I don't have the updated records for them. What's Mercer County's record?
Is that it right
That's
here?
the record right
3
there.
3 and 1. 3 and 1.
Mercer County 3-1. They lost to Boyle County last week, 48-7. We're back to action here. 1st and goal from the 5 is where the ball's actually marked. Lanter in the shotgun with Sacco behind him. It has been Sacco left, Sacco right. This time it's Sacco up the middle. and he's going to keep going and get the touchdown.
But that was effort there by Sacco. He just wasn't going to be denied. He just kept spinning and grinding and turning and pumping and got himself into the end zone and another touchdown. Seems like those fireworks are getting louder.
They sound louder, don't they? I think they're getting closer. And it looks like they're going for 2. No, Jackson Smith. Well,
yeah,
no, they are going for 2. Guess they're getting some practice going into district, and that's going to be an easy 2. Pass to Reese Smith from Lanter.
And you know what that does, Mike, is that makes the difference 36 points, which will cause the clock to start running. So I think that may be the reason why they went ahead and did that.
I think you're probably right. Good observation there, color analyst.
I'm glad I'm good for something here, Mike.
There you go. You're doing a great job. 57-21. You know, we brought you back, Steve, because we lost last week, and you were the state championship announcer last year. We were hoping for some better luck from you, but it hadn't turned out that way.
Yeah, you put the pressure on. I just folded. I'm sorry. You know, you mentioned the rest of Cal's schedule. They got Henry County on the 2 weeks from tonight. Henry County's 1-3, again, one of those new teams in the district. Then on the 11th of October, DeSales, ranked number 7 in 3A. They're 1-2, but they've lost to St. X and
Lexington Catholic, but they were winners tonight over Cooper. So they are now 500, 2-2.
And then the 18th is actually an open date, and then Cal comes back and goes to Western Hills, who's also 1-3. That'll be in Frankfort.
Leeper and Kevin King back to receive the kickoff. It is going to be a running clock here, and Leeper's going to take it at the 7. Run straight up the middle. Gets out to the outside. Got some room for he's pushed out of bounds at the 30. Little skirmish on the sideline, but Leeper still among about 4 Boyle County people trying to get out of there. Centurions will take over at the 35-yard line. Looks like where they're going to mark it.
Actually, I think it's a 31.
It is going to be at the 31. So they just announced it's running clock, and a big cheer comes from the Rebel crowd. Mays and King go left, Leeper to the right. Sabatino back in at quarterback. Babin to his left. Sabatino, quick pass to Leeper. Tries to make some extra yardage, but a great tackle out there by Logan to stop it at a 3-yard gain.
Leeper held out his hand there to Logan and said, hey, good stop. Good sportsmanship there.
So game time, 7:30 next week for homecoming, but come early. You can get those Dr. Tran hoodies that have become a tradition. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right this time. Sabatino goes under center, Babin in the backfield. Back to pass, throws it out to Babin. He's going to be hitting the backfield. That fooled no one. And Babin engulfed J.D. Brown, one of the leaders on that.
And there's a little extracurricular going on there, and it's unfortunate to see that happen at this time of the game. Babin took more than he really needed to take right there.
So make it 3rd and 15.
You don't want to see somebody get hurt. Hate when you see 3 or 4 players and the legs are kind of folded in under, and he's been nicked up a little bit too here in the last game or 2.
3rd and 15. Sabatino back to pass, looking long. He's going to let it fly. There's coverage back there. It's going to be out of bounds. Going long for Leeper. Playing defense out there like the center fielder was Riley Colwick. So that'll bring up a punting situation for the Centurions.
Colwick's actually playing with a broken arm. He's got a cast on that arm. He was out there waiting for that ball. If it would have been in bounds, he would have been out there like a center fielder looking to make the catch.
Cash Logan sets up at his own 45.
Kick to receive for Boyle County, number 5, Cash Logan.
Cal's missing a few players out there. Now they're coming in.
3 players running here at the last minute. I think they called for some subs to come in here and help out. Sabatino barely beats the rush and gets a great kick away. Logan backs up, takes it at the 35, 45, 50. Finally runs into a mess. Flag goes down. And in on the tackle, who else? Nate Dobbs and Trey Jorgensen. Or Jacob Sutherland, I'm sorry. So
we'll see what the flag's about here. Probably a block in the back or hold, one of those two.
It's coming back already, we can see. Going to be block in the back. So that's going to move the ball. I'm not sure if this is where they're going to mark it 10 yards back or if this is where they're marking the ball. It's going, feels like the chain gang was marking it there at the 49, but it goes back to the 41-yard line of Boyle County, and that's where they'll take over with 2:48 to go here in the third quarter. Lanter still in at quarterback. He's under center, and he's going to hand off. I believe it's McDaniel, and he's got that big hole again, and he just keeps going. Finally, Mays grabs him from behind.
Could have driven a truck through that hole. That was a huge hole there around that left side.
Gets it all the way to the 42-yard line.
Cal's got a lot of substitutes in right now.
We'll try to get some of those for you.
New quarterback for Boyle, number 3.
Number 3, Cole Sims, a freshman, in at quarterback for Boyle County now. So we don't have the stats, but I can tell you Reed Lanter had an unbelievably great game against the Centurions. I'm just not sure why the clock, when does it continue? Clock is not running. The running clock has stopped. It is stalled. It looks like Boyle County is putting in their subs as well. They don't go down in size very much. The width is still there.
I think they saw that Cal had their subs in and decided, okay, we'll run ours in too. So,
and good job by the officials letting them do that.
Yeah. Now they let the clock go.
Cole Sims is in. We'll try to get you some of the Centurions that are in the game here eventually. Cole Sims in the shotgun. I can't make out the number of his running back. It's 42. We'll tell you his name in a second. But he gets the same result, runs into his own guy, and finally brought down by Sutherland.
Number 47, I don't have his number on here.
That was 42.
Is it 42?
Yeah, Jacob Graves.
Okay.
And a big run, so you put in the second string, but it hadn't changed anything. Another big run by Graves puts the ball down to the 23-yard line.
Cal, we've got Jacob Hyman in there, number 62. We've got number 9, Nate Settle.
It's Settle, Nate Settle.
Thank you.
From basketball season, I know that. Nate, one of the starters on the basketball team last year. This time, Sims keeps it. Everybody fell for the fake, and Sims is going to get a good run. He is still up and taken away by Mays, and Mays is running the other way. He took it away at the 4. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Mackay Mays is going to get his first touchdown of the year.
Wow.
On a
95-yard
fumble return. He just took that ball out of the hands of Cole Sims and gets a touchdown.
Well,
that was a shocker.
And that stopped the clock. I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen or
I think
not.
I think it just stopped it because of the extra point. It's not supposed to happen during the game. Once you get there, you're supposed to go.
That's my understanding, too.
So McDonald in to try his extra point. Ball's down, kick is up. Justin McDonald is good again. So McDonald 4 for 4 on extra points tonight. And we're at 57-28 here with 1:08 to go here in the third quarter.
Cal's been showing the ability to score against this team. Obviously, that was a defensive touchdown, but
you got to say that Boyle County only had 14 total points scored against them all year.
Yeah.
7 in 2 different games, and Centurions have put 28 up on the board tonight. I don't care how you score at defense or offense, you scored against this team.
Team to receive for Boyle County, number 5, Cass Logan. Number 10, Greg Romani. And number 20, Will McDaniel.
So the usual kick return team is in there. It'll be number 10, Rabani, along with McDaniel. And on the short side is Logan. Those have been the 3 back men for Boyle County so far this evening. So that was an interesting play, a fumble return by Mackay May. That is our first fumble return for a touchdown this year. An interception return by Gage Guerin. Justin McDonald in for the kicking duties again. Kick is up. Kick is going to be taken, a line drive. Nice catch over there by Rabani. He cuts back, cuts to the right, gets by everybody.
Boy,
it's he and Leaper. He's flying and he's gone. Rabani flying down the line, an 88-yard touchdown return. Are there any flags out there?
Boy, you can really see the speed that he has.
So Rabani, it's the 88-yard touchdown return. That is Gray Rabani.
5'10", 155 pounds, a senior.
And he can fly.
Boy, that's for sure.
Holding, number 6, Cole Lancer. Snapping, number 7, Colin Tiller.
So we are in for another extra point here. Jackson Smith in trying to convert. Ball's down, kick is up, and Boyle County goes up 64-28. So that ties the most points ever allowed in a game by the Centurions. That goes all the way back to 1999 when Trimble County beat the Centurions. That was the second year of the Centurion program, I believe. And they beat the Centurions 64-0 that year. And that's the most points ever given up by a Centurion team. So that record is definitely in danger. The lead now is 36 points. So that isn't even in the top 10. Carroll County beat the Centurions by 37. That is like the 10th worst ever by the Centurions. Of course, the worst, 64-0 by Trimble County, which I just said. So the records you don't want to be in the record book for could happen tonight. Already in the record book for number 1, tied for number 1. So the Centurions need a 12-minute drive here to end the game. Kevin King, Luke Leaper back. Jackson Smith ready to kick. We are just about to end the third quarter here, a whole quarter to go. Kick is up. Leaper going to let it hit. It's going to go to the end zone. Centurions will, with it set there, and we'll get it out at the 20. And that should let the clock out, which should be the fourth quarter. So we have come to the end of 3 quarters of play. It is 64-28 Boyle County. And the Centurions just have not had an answer this entire game. It was, if you were just joining us, At the end of the first quarter, it was 21-7 Boyle County. Just double that score at halftime. It was 42-14 Boyle County. And now they have put another 22 in them, where they've scored 3 touchdowns every quarter. And they are up 64-28. Centurions have scored a touchdown every quarter, which is pretty good. Now they've scored a touchdown every quarter and 2 in the third quarter. Bad news is Boyle County has scored 3 every quarter and leads 64-28. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Cantwell finishes this game, who he has in the game. The thing now is you just want to stay injury-free. You already have Braden Babin out this week, Gage Guerin now out this game. You're just hoping those two will be able to play next week when you start district play, and that'll be a very important game for the Centurions next week. It'd be great to have everybody out. It's homecoming. Great to have a full stands for that game next week.
Connor Masters comes out under center this time, and be nice to see him generate something here going downfield.
I believe that is Zimmer in the backfield. He's going to hand off to him. Zimmer cuts up, and
not much
he
there.
Does not have anything.
Oh, we got a flag.
And we got flags flying everywhere. So it's getting a little chippy down there. And I believe it's going to go against Boyle County. It is going to go against Boyle County, so they'll move the ball to the 35. And that'll be a first down for the Centurions.
15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
So 1st and 10 for the Centurions. Adam Ballard in at one of the receivers. He splits right. Makai Mays splits to the left. Kevin King in the slot to the right. Steve, if you could try to look at that offensive line, we'll try to get some of those names into everybody. Hand off to Zimmer. He gets about 3 yards.
Yeah, we got 71 Stingray Miller over on the left side. Number 53 is Jacob Sakry. And
Henry Fetter, I'm sure, is in the middle. Looks like the starters are still in along the offensive line. Big John Young, I can tell, not even seeing his number on still in there on the right side.
Yeah, Henry Fetter's still in there.
It's 3rd down or 2nd down for the Centurions and 7. Masters back to pass. That ball is not blocked in the air and goes out of bounds. It'll make it 3rd and 7.
Also number 63, Bryce Reichmuth.
So Isaac Hardwick got his big paw in the air to block that pass, knock it out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 7. Twins to the left, wants solo receiver to the right. Masters in the shotgun. Here comes the pressure. He gets it away. He throws it. Just overthrows Ballard out of bounds. It'll bring up a 4th down.
Smith was back there playing center field and may have been able to make a play on that had it been on target.
In comes the punting unit. Ball's at the 38. Sabatino set up about the 30, it looks like. Not behind that. He's about the 26. Cash Logan back at the backs to about the 28 now. Sabatino's almost had a few of these blocked tonight. They're able to get them off and get them good, and that one's going to go
just out about the 31.
Bounds. And they're going to mark it. You're exactly right on the 31. That's where Boyle County will take over, and let's see if the Centurions can somehow stop this potent offense that we've seen tonight from Boyle County. You know, I asked the Boyle County radio team beforehand, who's the punter? And they go, I'm not sure. He goes, we've hardly punted this year at all. and there have been no punts tonight by this Boyle County team. So 1st and 10 for Boyle County. Clock is a running clock. 8:52 to go in the game.
Got Nate Heidenreich in at a corner for Cal. Number 4 is Matthew Reedy, a freshman, over on the other corner.
Handoff goes to one of the Rebels. He cuts outside, and he's going to be brought down. Running the ball was number 12, Hayden Kelly, who's in the game.
Heidenreich sticking his shoulder in there to make a play. Good to see that from the corner position. We got Dylan Cornett is in there.
Dylan Cornett is the usual kicker for this team.
Gregory Gitshire is out there at a linebacker position, actually in a safety position.
Gitcher is a name we usually call on kickoff returns. We've not had his name on it. We've been calling Nate Dobbs' name all night.
Got Trey Jorgensen in there as a linebacker.
A little confusion by Boyle County. It is 2nd and 8 for the Rebels. Sims hands off again. And out to the 35 is Hayden Kelly.
You got number 68 in there. That's Ethan Naughton. Number 84, Andy Russell is in there.
Keeping it this time is Sims. Sims is holding on to that ball a little bit more. He had it taken away from him by Mays for his 95-yard fumble return, but this time Sims holds on and gets the first down.
Jake Sutherland goes out, and couldn't tell who that was that came in for him.
1st and 10 for Boyle County at their own 41-yard line.
John Moses came in for Jake Sutherland.
Sims hands off, and he's going nowhere. First man to hit Kaz Phillips was McCade Batcher for the Centurions, and he just held Phillips up long enough for a couple other Centurions to come in and finish the job. 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 12.
We haven't called too many of those tonight, Mike. A loss on a play.
I know. That's a good feeling to say that.
Good job by this group in here.
Cole Sims at quarterback. Cass Phillips joins him in the backfield. Hand off to Phillips. He comes around the right side trying to find some room. He has some room. Gets outside.
There is a flag, though.
A flag is down. He gets down to the 30-yard line of the Centurions, but that's going to be brought back, I believe. 2 flags are down, and it's going to be holding against Boyle County. So bring that run back. About a 30-yard gain is going to be called back. I'm not sure who it was for the Centurions, but somebody came up and just whiffed, man. He was up, and Phillips faked right and went left and left one of the Centurions standing still. But the hold brings it back. Going to make it 2nd and 20. Sims going to keep it. Goes around to the left side. He's going to be brought down over there on the far side.
I think that was Will Parr that came around from his left defensive end position and ran him down.
Yes, it was. So that's going to make it 3rd and 14 for this Rebel team.
Parr goes out after he makes that play, and number 55, Noah Haslip, comes in.
Sims takes the snap, hands off to yet another running back for this Rebel team. Number 42, Jacob Graves in the game, and some more extracurricular activity. He did not make the first down.
Cal's moving back like it's against them this time.
It's 4th and 3 before the penalty. There are three flags.
Yeah.
So either
penalty from the end of the line.
I guess all three officials saw the same thing. Personal foul against the Centurions, which cannot make Coach Cantwell happy because that gives Boyle County another first down. So 1st and 10 for Boyle County down at the 37-yard line. 4:57 to go, and the officials are having a talk with both teams. They've pulled them together. They've had their fill of personal fouls here, I think, in this last 10 minutes, and seeing some frustration on the Cal side, and just telling both teams to knock it off. Good job of officiating there.
Always helps when the officials are talking to the players down there.
So 1st and 10. Of course, Steve Schubert, he was a girls assistant basketball coach for a number of years for Cal, but I'm sure you never had a complaint with any of the officials, did you, Steve?
I'm not saying that.
No comment. And Graves breaks free, breaks a tackle, and he's going to go all the way. It's going to be a 37-yard touchdown run for Jacob Graves.
You know, the clock supposedly is running, but it's sure not running very fast today.
Not fast enough, I can tell you that.
It seems like it's stopped all the time. Usually that when we've had that happen at Cal, we just let it run.
I know.
Even
during this part of the game right here, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So Smith in for another kick. And it could be a long ride back for some Centurions tonight.
Oh, there's Boyle County short a guy. Shepperson was counting them. He's yelling back to the sideline. They needed one more player. Number 75, and that's Zach Mason runs out there.
Smith in for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. And Boyle County goes up 71-28 against the Centurions, and that just set a record for the most points ever scored against the Christian Academy of Louisville team. We have 4:31 to go in the game.
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense why the clock isn't running at this point. That's the purpose of it, just because it gets excessive at a certain point.
So a 9-play drive that covered 69 yards for Boyle County. A 32-yard run by Jacob Graves. That is their 10th touchdown of the evening. I think they've had the ball 12 times, and have scored 10 of those. Back for the Centurions, Adam Ballard and Isaac Patrick. Kick is up, and it's going to go to Adam Ballard. He's going to take it. Runs to the right, across the 15. He's going to be met over there. His helmet's going to come off. A flag's going to come down. He was met over there by Hayden Bottoms and hit pretty hard. But I'm like you, Steve. That clock should be running right now.
Yeah, I don't understand this, really. Yeah, the purpose is the game's over effectively when they're up that much. That's why they have the running clock, but it keeps stopping, and it shouldn't be.
A lot of players coming in for Boyle County as they empty their bench. Boyle County about 15 to 20 more players on their team than Christian Academy. Officials still discussing what's going on over here. So it's going to be a
Return, block in the back on the return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul, first down.
A block in the back on the Centurions was the call. So let's see where they're going to set the ball. They will set it up at the 16-yard line. That's where the Centurions will take over.
I didn't see them march off a penalty, Mike.
I don't think they officially did it. I think they just figured out where it should be. The first down marker was at the 23-yard line, so I think they just quickly set it there.
Okay, that's what they
at
talked
least
about all that time.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that.
That's what they talked about all that time.
That was it.
Okay.
Masters under center, hands off to the back. I did not see who that was, but I'll tell you in a minute. That was Isaac Patrick on the run.
Run by number 15, Isaac Patrick. Brought down by number 66, Andrew Hardway.
Make it a 1-yard gain for Patrick.
I think it was a loss.
Make it a 1-yard loss for Patrick. I had the 1 yard right. It's kind of like in golf. You know, it's distance and direction. I get one of those two right a lot of the times. But I need both. You get both right all the time. 2nd and 11 for the Centurions. Masters hands off to Patrick again. There is no going on the right side. He's going to be thrown for another loss.
Isaac Patrick, stopped by number 36, Tommy Ziesmer.
Tommy Ziesmer with the tackle. And that clock stopped again.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a hurt player, so we got a timeout on the field. I guess they will stop it for that. Just a reminder, next week, Centurions back at home and start district play as they take on Mercer County. It is homecoming night, so all the alumni be happy to have you at the game. I know they usually, I did not talk to the alumni appeal for the game, but there's usually a tent with food, which I always visit. And it's good food in that tent for alumni. And so hopefully that'll be there again. Of course, Dr. Tran gives away his hoodies, and then you get all the other excitement. In the main part of the night, of course, the football game, first district game. Centurions take on Mercer County for the first time ever. Mercer County lost to this Boyle County team last week at Mercer County. It was 48-7. So they'll come in ready to take on the Centurions. And, of course, Centurions, you start district play, you want to be great in district so you can have that good seed going into the postseason playoffs. And, of course, Centurions picked to duke it out with DeSales again in our district. DeSales 2-2, winners over Cooper tonight. Centurions will drop to 3-2 on the season. DeSales already had their open weekend, which is a little odd this early in the year, but that second weekend was their open weekend. And they will come in next week. And Centurions hopefully can move to 4-2 as a team and 1-0 in district play next week. Unfortunately, that young man come being assisted off the field for Boyle County, but we'll go back to action here in a minute.
That's Caleb Holderman, a junior that's being helped off the field. He's bouncing on one leg. I don't know whether it's a knee or an ankle or what, but
Masters in the shotgun. Isaac Patrick in the backfield next to him. Masters rolls to his left, looking, fires. He has a man across the middle, just barely missed him, going for Nate Heidenreich. Led him a little too far.
Nathaniel Hendricks. Number 34, Andrew McCall.
That'll be 4th down.
should
Is
be
there a
4th
penalty?
down.
It should be 4th down. That was our third. We had 2 runs and a pass. The sideline marker is wrong. The scoreboard is wrong. I think I'm right. I've had 2 runs by Patrick and a pass by Masters.
Well, it looks like they're going to run another play here.
I think we're getting a bonus. It's a running clock and 5 plays for the offense. It's a new state rule. Well, Masters in the shotgun. Almost was not looking when that ball was hiked. Throws it out, completes the pass out there to Seth Harrington. Not going to be enough for the first down. Clock is going to be hitting a minute here momentarily. Ball goes out to the 22, so they did change it to fourth down. We only get one extra play, not two. And in comes the punting unit. We are under a minute to go. Anthony Sabatino comes out with the punting unit. He'll wait as long as he can, I'm sure. 15 seconds on the game clock.
It's Rabini that's back there, so.
It's the different Rabini. What number is that?
It's number 10.
Oh, it is 10. They got their kick returner who's so fast in for the punt now. Sabatino looked like he was going to pass. He's going to kick this one away from Rabini and let it roll down, let Kevin King catch up with it, and he's going to down it at the 38-yard line with 15 seconds to go, and I think that's going to probably be the game, and it is. And Boyle County comes away, and this was advertised as going to be a tough game for the Centurions, and that advertisement was right as they go down 71-28, and we'll be back in a minute to recap tonight's game. Okay, buddy. We don't need to do game ending stats. It'll be so bad we won't do it. Okay. Welcome back, Christian Academy Louisville football. As you hear fireworks going off in the background, that's never a good sign when you're the visiting team, and it is not a good sign tonight. The Centurions go down 71-28 to the Boyle County Rebels, and Boyle County was everything they were advertised to be. And we knew they were going to be a very athletic team and a very well-coached team. We saw both that tonight as Boyle County tonight had the ball 12 times for offensive series and scored on 10 of them. It all started in the first half when Centurions took the kickoff, had a first down, but had to punt. But then on the ensuing 9-play drive, it was a 27-yard pass from Reed Lanter to Coleman Clark, and the scoring started for Boyle County, and they went up 7-0. Centurions punted the next time they got the ball, and Boyle County responded again with a 4-play, 51-yard drive this time, and then a 49-yard pass to Reese Smith. I think that was one of 3 touchdown passes to him on the evening. Centurions down 14-0, but then Centurions showed some life. It was a 1-play drive, a 68-yard pass play to William Parr, one of 2 touchdowns, I believe, for him this evening. Or maybe just the one. We'll see here in a minute. And Centurions trailed 14-7, but then 5 plays later, Boyle County in the end zone again, 11-yard run by Andrew Sacco, and it was 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. Next possession, Centurions, their only turnover of the night, an interception, and Boyle County turned that into a TD on the very next play, a 65-yard pass play to Reese Smith. This time they are up 28-7. Centurions, or then Boyle County did an onside kick, recovered it, but had to turn the ball over on downs one of 2 times. Centurions held them on the evening, but Centurions were forced to punt. Boyle County got the ball back 6 plays later, 78 yards, a 24-yard run by Sacco made the score 35-7. Centurions then had a long drive themselves, a 7-play, 80-yard drive, ending in an 18-yard pass play to Babin, cutting it 35-14, which you thought maybe the halftime score would be with 1 minute left. But Boyce County hit quickly, 4 plays, 40 yards, a 15-yard reception to Cole Lanter, and it was 42-14 at halftime. Second half, Centurions had to kick off, but it started great for the Centurions. There was a fumble on the kickoff, and Nate Dobbs was the man of the hour, recovered the ball at the 16-yard line of Boyle County, and 2 plays later, a 14-yard pass to Andrew Dupes cut the lead to 42-21, but the defense could not hold Boyle County again, and this time it was a 3-play drive. Reese Smith with his 3rd touchdown reception of the evening of 51 yards, and they were up again 49-21. Centurions had to punt. Boyle County gets the ball, and you kind of get the gist. 5 plays, 44 yards. It was a 5-yard run by Andrew Sacco. Boyle County went for 2 and made it on a pass play to Reese Smith so they could get the running clock going, and run it did. Centurions punted. Boyle County fumbled. Centurions got it back, and this time the fumble by Boyle County was forced by Mackay Mays, and he just took that fumble 95 yards for a touchdown, and it was 57-28. But then 2 more scores by Boyle County, one in the third quarter on a Gray Rabani 88-yard kickoff return, and then a fourth quarter 32-yard run by Graves came to the final score of 71-28. And Steve, Centurions overmatched tonight as Boyle County set a record for the most points ever against a Centurion football team.
Well, this Cal football team, they're a good football team. They ran into a great football team that is obviously well coached. They were good in all phases of the game tonight. And, it's one of those games where, Coach Cantwell take a look and see where they measured up and where they didn't, and make the adjustments that they need to. There's a lot of the season ahead, as well as especially the district play, and it hurt Christian Academy not having some key players in there tonight, and particularly Braden Babin. That hurt him defensively, and not just his physical presence, but also his leadership. You kind of lead by example. He gets in there and he hits, and is kind of a tone setter, and they missed him tonight. But Cal will rebound. Obviously, Boyle County's, they're all that. I can't see anybody beating them in 4A. And for Cal, they're in the 3A and still have an opportunity to make a great season out of this, and we'll see what happens from here.
Cal, it all starts next week. They play their first 3A opponent all year, and that is in their own district as they take on Mercer County. Game time 7:30. It is homecoming night, so it would be great to have everybody out there. The best thing everybody can do is to get out there and support this team next week after this loss.
That's right, and think about this too. Boyle County's given up 14 points all year going into this game, and Cal rings up 28. So, there's some things to point to and say, hey, again, Cal's a good team, and they're going to rebound from this and have a lot to look forward to.
Big thanks to Clay Masters on camera tonight. Steve, good to have you back in the seat tonight, buddy. And big thanks to all you fans who joined us this evening for this game here at Boyle County, where the Centurions go down and go to 3-2 on the season. Boyle County improves to 5-0 on the season. Love to have you out for homecoming next week, but if you can't make it for some reason, or if you are out of town, we'll be right here on livesportscaster.com bringing you the action. For Steve Schubert and myself, Mike Botello, thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday night when the Centurions host Mercer County. Good night, everybody.